Okay, the purpose for this tutorial is to talk about philosophize probably about masters, how we currently handle masters versus how we're going to handle them with Blackboard. A paradigm shift is going to have to occur because we're going to treat them differently. And there's a reason for this. Our current master theory is something like this. We have one master course and we copy the masters into CRNs, and when we have multiple instructors teaching multiple courses, each instructor had his or her own CRN, and it grew and grew and grew. So it went from having just a few to adding more instructors, and now we have our master's situation is out of control, even though that's what you were supposed to do. And now GVTC is swinging us back in the other direction, and Blackboard will allow us to do it the way that it should be done. So let me tell you what that means. It means that the new way that we're going to approach it looks kind of like this. There will be one master course for each course, period. Only one master English 1101 course, one 1102 course, that kind of a thing. And I'm just using English as an example. What will happen is that master course will be created with all of the backbone and structure that is required for every English 1101 course. And I'll leave it for every department to figure out how you're going to determine what goes into the master courses. But the first time that we teach in Blackboard, everyone who is teaching English 1101 is going to copy from the same master. So it'll be copied into Instructor 1's CRN shell, it'll be copied into Instructor 2's CRN shell, and Instructor 3. At that point, Instructor 1 can begin to tailor that CRN and make it perfect for him or her. Number 2 can tailor his for his taste, and number 3 can tailor his or hers to meet the things that they think should be required in the course. So all three people can go in different directions if that's what you want to do, but the basics will always be in all three instructors' courses. So the beauty of this is in Blackboard, which we could not do in Angel, in Blackboard we're going to be copying not from the master next term. When we go from fall to spring, we're going to copy from CRN to CRN. And when we go from spring to summer, we're going to go from CRN to CRN. So Instructor 1's course will always be tailored to their specification, and they don't have to build it multiple times. Before, if you made changes in your CRN, an instructor would always have to go back to the master and make additional changes. Well, it's not going to work that way, because you're going to be copying from CRN to CRN each time. Now that's a good thing. Now what's going to have to happen in order for this to work is, instead of organizing according to a calendar, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, we're going to move away from organizing by weeks. Why would we do that? Well, if we're going to be copying from CRN to CRN, we need to start organizing our content in a more generic fashion that's not tied to a calendar. Because we could be teaching on an 8-week term, we could be teaching on a 10-week term or a 15-week term. Now none of this is all very familiar to you. None of this is new. But here's the deal. If you organize by units, and I just use that as an example, these folders could be labeled subcategory standards section 1. It could be named anything as long as it's not tied to a week or a unit of time. So let's just go with this as an example and say that I have organized my course units 1, 2, 3, and 4 by my textbook units. Okay? Now I can go ahead and create an 8-week syllabus, a 10-week syllabus, and a 15-week syllabus. And all I have to do is turn off the syllabus or the syllabi that aren't applicable this time. If I'm teaching an 8-week syllabus, for instance, then I'll turn the others off, and all the students will see is the 8-week syllabus. If I'm teaching a 10-week period, I'll just turn off everything but the 10-week syllabus. If I'm teaching a 15-week syllabus, I just turn off. The syllabus always remains the same, but you can put your dates and you can do a PDF document or a Word document calendar that they can use that says, okay, week 1, I want you to go into Unit 1 and do exercises 3, 4, and 5. You can let the syllabus and a printable calendar guide them through the units, which will make this a lot more pliable and easier to maintain for you as an instructor. If you need to listen to this again, feel free to do so. I can understand how this shift in thought processes can be a little bit confusing. I've gone over the 5-minute period that I was aiming for, but I thought it was important to cover all of these things in one recording. To recap, we will no longer be copying from several masters into several CRNs. We won't be doing that. We will have one master for each course. That master will be copied the first time it's taught for each instructor. After that, the instructors will be copying from CRN to CRN.